I never even noticed that before.
Otherwise, that'll cause a problem.
I realized that. When I woke up sick, I was hoping maybe not.
Maybe there'll be 4 people.
Yeah.
Just be a minion.
No, very nice. It's a great thing. Sounds good.
Shabbat Shalom and welcome everybody. We're going to turn to page 128. Rebecca Rosen is our soloist this evening, and we're very, very, very fortunate that Rebecca is here, and we're going to help Rebecca out tonight. So please get ready to sing. On page 128, how good it is that we're all here together. Let's begin with Hine Matov, top of the page 128.
Hine Matov u'manachim, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine Matov u'manachim, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matov, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matov, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matov u'manachim, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matov u'manachim, shevet achim gam yachad.
Turning back in our prayer books to page 100. Turning back, and works better if I have the microphone on. Turning back to page 120 in our prayer books. For candles this evening, Debbie Siegel leads us in candle lighting, page 120, as together as a community we welcome Shabbat.
O source of life and truth, creator of the eternal law of goodness, help us to find knowledge by which to live. Lead us to take the words we shall speak into our hearts and our lives. Bless all who enter this sanctuary in need, all who bring their offerings of their hearts. May our worship lead us to acts of kindness, peace, and love. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kadashnu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu l'hadlik ner shel Shabbat.
Amen.
Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, sovereign of the universe, who hallows us with mitzvot, commanding us to kindle the light of Shabbat.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lechadlik ner shel Shabbat.
We turn to page 138 for L'Chadodi. We continue to welcome Shabbat. We welcome Shabbat as a bride with this well-known anthem going back to Tzfat. Page 138, we'll be singing the first, the second, and then the 9th verses of L'Chadodi.
L'Chadodi likrat kala, penei Shabbat nekabela. 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 Shamor v'zahor b'dibur echad, Hishmi'anu el am yuchad, Adonai echad u'shemo echad, L'shemo tiferet ve'hitila. L'Chadodi likrat kala, penei Shabbat nekabela. L'Chadodi likrat kala, penei Shabbat nekabela. Likrat Shabbat lehu v'nelcha, ki mikor habracha, mehirosh mikedem nefsufcha, sof maaseh b'mashvat hila. L'Chadodi likrat kala, penei Shabbat nekabela. L'Chadodi likrat kala, penei Shabbat nekabela. Boi v'shalom ateret bala, gam b'simcha u'zot ola, tov le'am segula. Boi chala, boi chala. L'Chadodi likrat kala, penei Shabbat nekabela. L'Chadodi likrat kala, penei Shabbat nekabela.
We rise, we turn to page, for those who are able, we rise, we turn to page 146 for the Baruch Hu.
Baruch Hu et Adonai hamevorach.
Baruch Adonai hamevorach le'olam va'ed.
Baruch Adonai hamevorach le'olam va'ed.
We turn to page 148 and we read together in English. Blessed are you, Adonai our God, ruler of the universe, who speaks the evening into being, skillfully opens the gates, thoughtfully alters the time and changes the seasons, and arranges the stars in their heavenly courses according to plan. You are creator of day and night, rolling light away from darkness and darkness from light, transforming day into night and distinguishing one from the other. Adonai Tzivaot is your name. Ever-living God, may you reign continually over us into eternity. Blessed are you, Adonai, who brings on evening.
Baruch atah Adonai, Amar Aviv Aravim.
Page 150, we read together in English. Everlasting love, you offered your people Israel by teaching us Torah and mitzvot, laws and precepts. Therefore, Adonai our God, when we lie down and when we rise up, We will meditate on your laws and your commandments. We will rejoice in your Torah forever. Day and night we will reflect on them, for they are our life, and doing them lengthens our days. Never remove your love from us. Praise to you, Adonai, who loves your people Israel.
Baruch atah Adonai, Ohev Amo Yisrael.
Page 152.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem, Kevod Malchuto, Le'olam Va'ed.
Please be seated. We turn to page 154. We join together with Rebecca in the Ve'ahavta.
ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך, והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבבך, ושינתם לבניך, ודיברתם בם, בשבתך בביתך, ובלתך בדרך, ושוכבך ובקומך, וקשתם להות על ידך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, הייתם קדושים ללכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם.
Emet. We turn to page 157. Standing on the parted shores of history, we still believe what we were taught before ever we stood at Sinai's foot, that wherever we go, it is eternally Egypt, that there is a better place, a promised land, that the winding way to that promise passes through the wilderness, that there's no way to get from here to there except by joining hands, marching together. Mi Chamocha will be found on page 158.
Ya bam bam bim bim bam, ya da bam bam bim bam, ya bam bam bim bim bam, ya da bam bam bim bam, ya da 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 da, ya da bam bam bim bam, ya da 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 da, ya da bam bam bim bam. Mihi chamocha bailim Adonai, mihi kamocha nedar bakodesh. Nora tehilo tosefele, Nora tehilo tosefele. Bam 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 bim bim bam, yada bam bam bim bam, ya bam bam bim bim bam, yada bam bam bim bam, yada da 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 da, yada bam bam bim bam, yada da 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 da, yada bam bam bim bam.
We now turn to page 161. We read together in English at the top of the page. Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. Adonai, help us to walk with good companions, to live with hope in our hearts and eternity in our thoughts, that we may lie down in peace and rise up waiting to do your will. Bochat Adonai, Sukat Shalom Aleinu, ve'al kol Amo Yisrael, ve'al Yerushalayim. We turn to page 162. Vishamru will be found at the top of the page.
Vishamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat לדורותם ברית עולם. ביני ובין בני ישראל, אותי לעולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ, ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. וביום השביעי שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם.
Our service continues, page 164. Those who are able to rise for the tefillah will be chanting the prayers on the even-numbered pages, on the right-hand pages, beginning page 164, continuing to page 170. Adonai sefatai tika ufiyagi tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu v'Elohei avotenu ve'imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, v'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, v'Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol Ha'Imorah, El Elyon, Gomer Chasadim Tovim, Lekonei Hakol, V'Zocher Chasdevot Ve'imahot, U'mevii Gula Livnei Bneihem, Ma'am Shemo V'Yahava, Melech Ozer Moshiach Magin, Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham, Yizrat Sarah, Atah Gibor Le'olam Adonai, Mechayei HaKol Atarav Le'Hoshia, Mechakei Chaim B'Chesed, Mechayei HaKol B'Rachamim Rabim, Shomech Noflim V'Rofei Cholim, U'Matir Asurim, U'Mekayei Emunato L'Shei Afar, Michamocha B'Gevurot, U'Mido Melech, Melech Einish U'Mechayei, U'Matzmiach Yeshua, V'Ne'emanat holy, your name is holy, and those who are holy praise you every day. Blessed are you, Adonai, the holy God. Baruch atah Adonai, ha'el hakadosh. Please be seated. In a passage early in the book of Exodus, in a passage at the burning bush, Moses asks God to share God's name with him. God replies, Ehyeh asher ehyeh, I will be what I will be. God adds, Ehyeh, I will be with you. The message is that God is a being and that God's presence is with us when we are on the side of freedom and fairness, and when we seek and pursue peace. Our people associate this name of God with the word Adonai. Throughout the ages, in speaking to God, we say, Baruch atah Adonai, praised are you, whose being and presence is a source of freedom and of peace. Praying for shalom, for peace and wholeness in our lives and in our world, we sing Shalom Rav, page 178, a blessing which concludes with the sacred hope. Blessed are you, Adonai, who blesses our people Israel and all peoples with peace. Page 178.
Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Ki atahu melech adon lecho hashalom. Ki atahu melech adon lecho hashalom. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. V'tov b'neinecha levarech et Amcha Yisrael bechol עת ובכל שעה משלומך. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Tasim Leolam. Tasim Leolam.
Silent prayer will be found on page 180. turn to page 364, page 364. For those who are able, we ask you to rise. Jonathan Capstein opens our ark. We sing Ki Mitzio.
בשמיים ובארץ, כי הוא בשמיים ובארץ. לך אדוני המלאכה והמתנשא לכל ראש. עוד יבוא שלום עלינו, עוד יבוא שלום עלינו, עוד יבוא שלום עלינו ועל כולם. עוד יבוא שלום עלינו, עוד יבוא שלום עלינו, עוד יבוא שלום עלינו ועל כולם. סלام עלינו ועל כל העולם. סלام, סלام, סלام עלינו ועל כל העולם. סלام, סלام. עוד יבוא שלום עלינו, עוד יבוא שלום עלינו, עוד יבוא שלום עלינו ועל כולם. עוד יבוא שלום עלינו, עוד יבוא שלום עלינו, עוד יבוא שלום עלינו ועל כולם.
Please be seated. Our Torah portion begins with the mention of the last plagues and speaks of the instruction to place lamb's blood on Jewish doorposts. It also describes how Israel escaped Egypt in great haste and the details of Passover, including lamb and matzah. Tonight we read the beginning of the portion. It tells how God hardens Pharaoh's heart. Maimonides, one of our greatest sages, offers guidance about the passage. He explains that whenever the Torah speaks of God hardening someone's heart, it means that the person already had opportunities to change, but out of bad habits and a lack of resolve, has determined not to change. God hardens people's hearts is when they corrupt themselves so thoroughly that they lie or are cruel repeatedly and reflexively. The last verse read tonight also presents a most important concept for us. Moses tells Pharaoh that all must go, young and old, women and men. It expresses a totality, and in that sense, it expresses a people. Our reading in the Torah commentaries is on page 448. It's Exodus chapter 10, verse 1. And we invite forward this evening for our Aliyah to the Torah, Ivel and Ron Kovner. Le'amdu ha'Aliyah LaTorah. Baruch Adonai Hamvarach Le'olam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hamvarach Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. Amen. Vayomer Adonai el Moshe bo el Paro. And Adonai and God said to Moses, go to Pharaoh, ki ani hichbarati et libo, because I have hardened his heart, ve'et lev avadav, in the hearts of his servants, laman shiti ototai ele b'kirbo, in order to show my wonders in their midst. Ulama'an tisaper ba'oznei vincha uven bincha et asher hitalalti b'mitzrayim, and also to relate into the ears of your children and your children's children how I have confounded Egypt, the etototai asher samtivam, and of the wonders, the signs that I have placed there. The adatim, so that you shall know, ki ani Adonai, that I am Adonai. Vayavo Moshe v'Aharon el Paro, and Moses and Aaron went to Pharaoh. Vayomru elav, and they said to him, Ko amar Adonai Elohei ha'ivrim. Thus says Adonai, the God of the Hebrews, Ad metai me'anta le'anot mipanai. How long will you delay from refuse to do before me? Shlach et ami v'ya'avduni. Send forth my people that they may serve me, that they may worship me. Ki im ma'ein ata l'shaleach et ami. Because if you continue to refuse to send forth my people, hineni mevi machar arbe buvulecha. Behold, I will bring tomorrow locusts into your land. V'chisa et ein haaretz, and they shall cover the eye of the earth. V'lo yuchal lirot et haaretz, and you won't be able to see the land. V'achal et yeter hapleita hanisheret lachem min habarad, and they shall eat up the remnant that was left of the food supplies after the hail. V'chal et kol ha'etz hasomeach lachem min hasadeh, and they shall eat up all of the trees that sprout in the field. Umalu vatecha, and they shall be full all over your house, uvate chol avadecha, and the houses of all your servants, uvate chol mitzrayim, and the houses of all Egypt. Asher lo ra'u avotecha va'avot avotecha miyom heyotam al ha'adamah, that has not been seen since the time of your fathers, until on the earth until this very day, ad hayom hazeh. Vayifen v'yotzeh me'im paro, and he turned and he left from Pharaoh. V'yomru avdei paro, and Pharaoh's servants spoke. And they said, Elav, they said to him, Ad mata yihyeh ze lanu lamokash. How long will they be a snare before us? Shlach et ha'anashim. Send forth the men. V'ya'avdu et Adonai Elohechem. And let them worship Adonai their God. Haterem teda, don't you already know, ki avda Mitzrayim, that Egypt is lost? V'yushav et Moshe et Aharon, and Moses and Aaron were returned el Paro to Pharaoh. Vayomer alehem, and he said to them, Lechu, ivdu et Adonai Elohechem. Go worship Adonai your God. Mi ul mi hahochlim, only who will go? Vayomer Moshe, and Moses said, B'na'ainu u'v'zekenenu, our young ones and our elders, Nelech will go. B'vanenu u'v'vnotenu, our sons and our daughters, B'tzonenu u'v'karnenu, our flocks and our herds, Nelech will go. Ki chag Adonai lanu, because it is a holiday for Adonai to us.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan lanu Torah emet, v'chayei olam natah b'tukenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah. Amen.
Josh Wilson, we invite you forward to raise and address our Torah. For those who are able, we invite you to stand as the Torah itself will be raised. The Zot Torah will be found on the bottom of page 307.
V'zot haTorah asher sam Moshe lifnei bnei Yisrael, Api Adonai ve'yad Moshe. Lai, 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 lai. Lai, 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 lai. Lai, 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 lai. Lai, 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 lai. Lai, 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 lai.
We remain standing as the Torah is now returned to the ark. Its Chaim He will be found at the bottom of page 374.
It's Hayim le'mazikim ba, v'tov le'mekel mecha, me'ushar, derachavecha, darchei noam, mechal netivotecha, shalom. Hashivenu Adonai, elecha Shua, Hadish, Hadish Ameru, Hadish Ameru, Kikredem.
Please be seated. Note to the ritual committee, John made that look very easy. This is a very heavy Torah we have tonight. So, each Shabbat we pray on behalf of dear ones within and beyond our congregational family who are ill and in need of healing. We voice the hope that they might know comfort and support, that they are not forgotten nor forsaken. I invite you now to raise your hand, and after I silently acknowledge you, speak the names of those persons not on our prayer list, whom likewise we should pray this Shabbat.
Nancy Shirley Capstan. Robert Salas.
page 371.
May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Mishebera imotenu mikor habracha leavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shelema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen.
No surprise to anyone who attends our worship or listens attentively to the Kiddush. We're holding up the juice or the wine and Zecher L'Tziat Mitzrayim, and reads the translation or chants the Ve'ahavta, as we chanted with Rebecca this evening, Asher Hotzeti Etchem Me'eretz Mitzrayim, or goes to a Passover Seder. No surprise, our central story is the Exodus. The passage read this evening from the Torah underscored that reality with us each Shabbat and every day. So perhaps it shouldn't be a surprise that much of Jewish identity is shaped by the Exodus story. We still consider ourselves a people, a group, B'nai Yisrael, the Jewish people, reading about having known oppression and also freedom. We find a model that can be applied in our individual lives, to have hope, to overcome bullies or bullying, to see what we do as part of a larger canvas of human history. The Exodus story counsels that not everything is relative. There are rights and wrongs, and that God, the source of holiness and wisdom, sides with those seeking freedom and justice. As we say in those prayers I mentioned earlier, Jews are part of a people, and thus we are willing to be recognized as having our own customs and history. We are not only okay with having practices and ideas not exactly like everybody else, we celebrate our diversity. And we treasure the concept of liberty and justice. We are to remember to be fair, having ourselves experienced unfairness in the land of Egypt. That's the big picture. The small details of the story contribute to this larger understanding. For example, what we heard tonight. The discerning listener familiar with some of the details might have picked up how, in the encounter presented this evening, we see a change in dynamics. Earlier in the narrative, Pharaoh is authoritative. Pharaoh is the one in control. In the portion read 2 weeks ago, for instance, with a single sentence, one sentence from Pharaoh,
and the Israelite slaves are forced to work much harder. At that time, Pharaoh had been dismissive. He said he didn't know about the God of Israel, nor did he care. Then came the plagues. And by this point, as Egypt has just gone through hail, the tables have turned. Moses pronounces the upcoming plague of locusts and then turns on his heels and leaves, not even giving Pharaoh a word in edgewise. Moses is more assertive. Pharaoh is now more passive. Moses speaks in longer poetic sentences. Young and old, our sons and daughter, our flocks and herds. By contrast, Pharaoh offers short statements. Who will go? The lesson, language can attune us to larger human dynamics, and language can signal outcomes. As things turned out, and Pharaoh and Egypt soon came to realize the consequence of the plague of locusts, the crop was eaten up in short order, emphasizing how when we pursue bad policies, things can worsen quickly. Yet the most striking detail in the segment read this week concerns the very reason for the plagues. Up until this point, they had been performed in order to teach Pharaoh and Egypt a lesson, that there's a power stronger than Pharaoh, that somehow in the end, good will prevail. Only a new reason for the plagues is also introduced in the passage. God says to Moses, "Go to Pharaoh. I order that I may display my signs to the Egyptians, and also that you may recount to your children and your children's children." The new reason is that the Exodus is to be a history lesson for the children's children, for the Jewish people. It is to remind us to treasure freedom as we do so often in so many of our prayers and texts. Living as a people and promoting freedom continues to be a challenge. That's why the Exodus story continues to resonate so strongly over the ages. The 75th anniversary of the liberation of Auschwitz, the Nazi death camp in Poland in which 1.1 million Jews perished, reminds us how, as a people and also as individuals, we must continue to preserve memory, fight prejudice, and champion human dignity, inclusion, and respect. As Moses described our ancestors in Egypt, here tonight, some of us are young, others old or older. We are male and female. How else might this Exodus narrative speak to us? Well, as we listen to world events, as we face difficulties in our personal or our family lives, it's possible to feel dispirited, our hopes dashed. Sometimes we may see dishonesty rewarded. Sometimes we may witness cynicism triumph. Sometimes we may wonder, will there ever be justice? Sometimes we might lament, how can this happen? Sometimes we might fear, things are going downhill. Things are headed in the wrong direction. At such moments, may we be comforted, if not inspired, by the big picture and smaller details of Zecher L'Tziat Mitzrayim. May we find strength in the ultimate arrival of justice and in the ongoing reality of our people. For against all odds, we continue to attest to the importance of hope and decency l'dor vador, from one generation to the next. in tasting the fruit of the vine each week and this week, after having the phrase Zecher L'Tziat Mitzrayim upon our lips, may we likewise cherish the relevance of Judaism's central message. Ken Yehi Ratzon, be this God's will. We turn to page 586 for the Aleinu. The Aleinu that we chant is the second paragraph on the page. For those who are able, we rise. And Josh, Eliana, Landon, Matthew, and Henry, I don't think I'm missing anybody. We invite you all forward to open our ark. There's not another Hebrew schooler here, is there? No. Okay. Eliana, let's put you on this side right there. And Henry right there. Okay. Let's do it. Aleinu l'shabeach la'adon ha'kol la'tet gedula li'yotzer breshit shelo asanu k'goyei haratzot velo samanu kamishpachot ha'adama shelo sam chelkeinu kahem v'gor aleinu kechol hamonam v'anachnu korim u'mishtachavim u'modim lifnei melech malchei hamachim hakadosh baruch hu. Right ahead. Please be seated. Thank you. Good job. Page 591.
V'nemar v'chaya Adonai lemelech al kol haaretz bayom hahu yeh Adonai echad u'shemo echad.
And to our young people, when life takes you to other synagogues and you open arks in or close arks in other synagogues, what you will notice is that our ark is the heaviest ark that of any synagogue there is. And you have used your strength for Torah, and that's a good thing. We turn to page 598. We now call to mind our own beloved dead, and I ask that those in mourning or remembering the anniversary of the death of a loved one, and those who have trekked to the sanctuary during Shiva or Shloshim or for Yartzeit, should you be able, please rise when their name is mentioned. During Shloshim, we remember Bert Boyson, husband of Ruthie Holt, and Alexander Uvarov, nephew of Stephen Rips. This Shabbat, remember the Yartzeits, the anniversaries of the deaths of David Joseph Benenson, Bernard Blick, Louis Cohen, Stanley Cohen, Clara Drasner Fishbein, Debbie Friedman, Donald Garber, Louis Gershenow, Helen Schreier Getnick, Myron W. Green, Irving Gross, Selma Halperin, Hyman Hockheiser, Mary Jarmack, Bernard Lerner, Gladys Lerner, and Faggy Sapphire. If there are additional names to mention for Kaddish this Shabbat, please feel free to rise and say their names now. A practice within our congregation is to further consider these people. If you're comfortable so doing, we now invite you to share with this minyan a brief reflection or reference about a dear one on our Kaddish list. We also recall those American troops who have died this week, Specialist Antonio I. Moore and Captain Ryan S. Phaneuf. Each Shabbat, we also mention 6 names amongst the 6 million murdered in the Holocaust, the Shoah. And we now remember Alice Urbach, Rella Lichtenberg, Chatzkiel Allender, Emmy Hoffman, Israel Magenz, and Sarah Magenz. In remembrance, in solidarity, and on behalf of those for whom there is no one but us to say Kaddish, we now invite all present to rise if you're able. Our Kaddish prayer, page 598. Yitgadal v'yitgadash shemei Rabbah, B'alma divrach Yerusei, v'amlich malchutei, b'chayechon u'vyomechon, u'v'chayei techol Beit Yisrael, ba'agala u'vizman kariv v'yimeru amen. Yehei shemei Rabbah mevorach le'olam l'amei amaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh. V'yitchadar v'yithalel v'yithalal shemei kudusha b'rehu. Le'elam min kol berchata v'shirata tushbechata v'ne'emata damiran b'alma v'yimeru amen. Yehi shlama rabba min shmaya v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'yimeru amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'yimeru amen. Zuchranan levracha, may their memories be for blessing. And let us say, Amen. Please be seated. Ein Keloheinu is on page 626.
Ein Keloheinu, ein Kadoshenu, ein Kemalkeinu, ein Kemoshienu, mi Kemalkeinu, mi Kadonenu, mi Kemalkeinu, mi Kemoshienu, no del Eloheinu, no del Adonenu, no del Malkeinu, no del Moshienu, Baruch Eloheinu, Baruch Adonenu, Baruch Malkeinu, Baruch Moshienu, Atahu Eloheinu, Atahu Adonenu, Atahu Malkeinu, Atahu Moshienu.
Sherry?
Hello, I'm Sherry Kipperman, in case you didn't know. I want to thank Rebecca. That was beautiful and wonderful. Thank you so much. Thanks to Rabbi. Shabbat Shalom. Any good news? No? What happened? Yes.
I'm going on vacation. Rabbi Silver's leading services next week.
Yes.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
That's great news. None of the kids have. Yes. Say it again. Your birthday? Your friend's birthday. That's even better. Great. How about any birthdays? Anniversaries? Any good? I'm going to say good news since nobody said good news. Both of my daughters play soccer, one in high school, one in college, and they both made the all-academic team with high honors. So that was really nice. On tomorrow morning at 10 a.m., there will be Torah study. Please come and join us. Sunday at 9:30 again is BIRS and BIRS. It's great to see the kids here. I just want to make a shout out because I think that's really nice. Tuesday again we have religious school. And next Friday, as Rabbi said, Rabbi Eric Silver will be leading services on Judaism and the environment and Simcha Shabbat. Upcoming events. What do sirens and crawdads have in common? I don't know, but both will be a part of the February 25th Sisterhood Book Club that will be held at Starbucks. I'm going to shout out, it was a wonderful book. Absolutely fantastic. I'll say it again. Where the Crawdads Sing by Delia Owens. Starbucks, They're going to learn at Starbucks about Siren's Blend, which is a coffee made by women and supports women. That's so interesting. Purim is coming. Orders are now being taken for Mishlach Manot and Hamantashen. Tonight's oneg is being sponsored by our B'nai Israel family. Shabbat Shalom.
Thank you. We join together with Rebecca in Kiddush, which will be followed by Motzi. Kiddush is in our prayer books on page 123.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu, v'shabbat kodsho, B'ahava ratzon inhilanu, zikaron lema'aseh v'reishit, ki hu yom tehillah l'mikra'e kodesh, zecher l'tziat mitzrayim, kivanu v'chata b'yotanu Mikol Hamim V'Shabbat Kodecha